Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch My Hero Academia Season 6, Episode 14. This morning I watched Episode 13. If you want to see my reaction video about it, I'm gonna put the link into the I'm gonna put the link for the playlist that I made for My Hero Academia on YouTube in case you want to rewatch all of My Hero Academia with me, with all of the episodes, all of the videos into the chronological order, meaning all of the seasons, all of the OVAs, all of the movies. You have everything, into this Maybe you didn't know, that you add some OVAs and stuff like that. You can rewatch everything with me if you want. And if you're on my Patreon, you can still rewatch everything also, because I made collections for each of the shows and animes that I'm reacting to also on my Patreon. So you can find on my Patreon all of my reaction videos. Oh, I had something on my face. All of the reaction videos, for each show, each anime that I reacted to, with all of the videos, for sure, which were published before that on my Patreon. For My Hero Academia so far, you had a mix between longer and 4 reaction parts, and from now on my Patreon, for My Hero Academia, you're gonna have only 4 reaction parts for everything. For all of the future episodes of My Hero Academia, it's gonna be 4 reaction part videos. If you're interested, you have to subscribe to the level 3 and think about it. If you're interested by it, you can for sure subscribe for the month, but you can also think about subscribing for the entire year, and you're gonna have 1 month offered if it's the case. If you're thinking about really staying for My Hero Academia and for a long time, because I still have all of the season 6 to discover, and then the season 7, and then everything which is gonna happen. So if you can be interested, you can sub for the year and have 1 month offered. I'm saying that because right now I'm into a plan, a little program, with my channel and all to continue it. I'm gonna begin soon a second activity into my personal life, and for that I need to open a crowdfunding to help me a little at the beginning. So if you guys, you want to support me, you have that option with Patreon to have these advantages, 4 reaction part videos from now on, 4 episodes of advance, full opacity, all of that. But if you're just interested, if you just want to support me a little, more, each little help, is appreciated. If you can help me more, it's cool, but each little help is appreciated. You have my tip page, on the description, and I'm giving you updates each Wednesday about how it's going on, that crowdfunding. Okay, I'm organizing it on the tip page because it's the easiest and best way that I found, but don't worry, it's really an operation, just for 1 month, that crowdfunding. So it's through that link, but I'm giving you updates about it. If you can be interested for this girl, this weirdo, this French emotional girl, to continue her videos and all, you can support me. Okay, the last episode of My Hero Academia that I just watched this morning. That's it! It's the end of the fight! Can we all agree that this is the end of the fight? That's it. Episode 13, middle of the season. I thought that it was episode 12, the middle of the season, but maybe it was the episode 13, and that's it. The master took control again of Shigaraki's body and voice, gave orders to people, said that they needed to withdraw, did all of these things, to escape and all. And we had that conclusion of the episode with everyone on the floor being hurt, almost dead and all. So that's it. It's gonna be the end of this fight. We can move on, please. I'm saying that, and at the same time I'm not sure of the consequences really of this fight. For sure, all of this town which was destroyed, that's awful. I'm thinking a lot about what the public, the citizens, are gonna think. Not only about this fight, that our heroes, they lost, clearly, they couldn't arrest anyone and everything was destroyed, so it's gonna be considered as a failure. We have to remember that they saw Shigaraki becoming a big, strong villain, so in a way he won, when our guys they lost, and they had at the same time Andover, the top one hero, being totally destroyed, you know, on television, like no one is gonna believe him and a lot of people are gonna hate him for what was discovered about his family, how he treated his family, his own kids. So clearly that, you know, it's already consequences that I'm a little afraid of, and it's without talking about all of our guys who were badly hurt, and I'm beginning to think that maybe a few of them can't come back from that, you know, maybe they're gonna be hurt for life, or maybe they can even die, you know, because they're too hurt. So I'm still a little stressed about the beginning of this episode, about, okay, that person didn't die during the fight, but in fact died just after the fight, something like that. Like for example, Midnight, I'm really worried about Midnight. Gran Torino, you know what I think about it, I cried already a lot for him. Clearly, with my own rule of the mentor has to disappear, to die at some point for the hero, you know, to shine and all. No, please don't apply that rule that I have with My Hero Academia and with Gran Torino. I won't accept it, please. But clearly, I want to be sure that it's gonna be okay, you know, I want to have him on screen, or just someone talking about him and saying that he's okay. But yes, a lot of them can be badly hurt, and I'm worried, like for example Bakugo, after he sacrificed himself, I mean, he protected Deku with his own body, and that was an instinctive move. I loved it so much, I talked about it a lot when it happened, the fact that for him, like, he protected someone, he protected Deku. All of what he said also to All Might about Deku. I loved that episode so much. For sure he's never gonna confess all of that to Deku. But his actions are speaking loud now about what he truly thinks, so it's cool. So yes, for this episode, I really expect that the fight is gonna be finished. I think that we're gonna see the consequences of this fight, all of them. Maybe our guys are gonna be back at school. Well, I'm not sure. We'll see about it. I'm expecting also maybe a little time jump, little ellipse. We'll see. Let's go to discover what we're gonna have. Again, if you want, on my Patreon you can have 4 episodes of Advance, the full opacity and the full reaction part. You have to subscribe to the level 3 for that if you want to support this girl and to have these advantages, you know, in return. And if you're just interested by supporting me, you have the tip page, and right now the crowdfunding going on. All of the links are into the description. Let's go for this episode!
かなり後になってからだけど、ヒーロー公安委員会による報告書を読み、僕はこの一連の事件の全貌を知った。
I am not here.
公安は定価事件に関わる重要人物を本部ビルへと招いている。
まさか公安からサポートアイテム共同開発の依頼が来るとは。我が社の製品が社会不安を増長させると公安は目を光らせていたはず。
スパイを放つこと、共同開発した製品にバックドアを仕込む、彼らが子飼いにしているエージェントの正体を突き止めること。
異能の解放。
我が父デストロが望んだ世界の訪れは近い。一人の私も、とても喜んでいたよ。
For sure we have a new credit song. I'm not gonna watch the picture to not have any spoiler, but I'm gonna give you my opinion about the song. Oh, the voice is weird. Why not? Not my favorite, but why not?
お任せして申し訳ありません。
今回は我が社に有益な提案をしていただき、誠にありがとうございます。
You know, thanks to Ox, you know about him.
今回の提案は白紙に戻させていただきます。
Black screen. Black screen.
公安に見張られていることは知っていたが、ついにうちの製品を無視できなくなったか。二つの顔でぬか喜びした。まさかこのような強硬策を打ってくるとは。これがあなた方の作り上げてきた秩序か。だが我々が求めるは秩序なき秩序、誠の自由。解放せよ。種はすでにまかれているのだ。
会長の死亡により公安の指揮系統が混乱する中、エンデバーを中心としたチームは弱病院に突入。負傷しながらも改造中の信楽友村の元に到達。
It's thanks to I know that each one of them did a little thing and all, but thanks to we stopped Shigaraki's evolution right now. His body was not ready. This fight didn't end, you know, with Shigaraki destroying everyone.
エンデバーチームの突入と同時にエッジショットを中心としたチームがヴィラン総動作戦。
Oh, we're gonna see again Oxen. Kaminari, I'm so proud of you for that. Okay, so we're gonna see again Ox twice.
あなたは運が悪かっただけだ。罪を償ってやり直そう。
He offered him a way out.
インターン生スクヨミに救助されて辛くも
So
現場
proud
が
of you, Kokoyami.
ギガントマキアは信楽の元へ向かうため連合や解放戦線メンバーたちを引き連れその圧倒的な力でヒーローたちをねじ伏せていく。私たち全員ここで迎え撃ちます。
Did your best and at the end it worked. And that revenge also, like, with your story, your background. That, you know, that video made by Dabi with everyone who watched it, it's gonna hurt us as much as losing, you know, that fight. Like, really. For the public right now, not only heroes are useless because they can't win, but there are liars also, and bad people. So they have Machia now.
信楽はノーム7体と共に行方をくらました。
Only 7 Nomus! Only! Oh, that's great, I thought more than that. And with the doctor, he can't create more. Without him.
弱総合病院理事長唐木9代殺人幇助死体損壊
And it's so lame that he can give us informations like
ギガントマキア確保護送のため輸送ヘリ2機を使用
where you need to be careful and to keep
サポ
him.
マツヒヴィラン名ミスター・コンプレス確保不能状態のノームはメーデンにて拘束検視のため移送
Good job, Senato.
頂上解放戦線幹部リ・デストロこと四つ橋力也確保
That's so cool! Oh, that was unexpected. Cool.
頂上解放戦線幹部にして新旧党党首
Okay, great also. How many of our guys truly died?
16,929人確保ギガントマキアと共に山荘を離れた頂上解放戦線幹部を含むまた頂上解放戦線審判の制圧および拘束にも成功
Ah, yes! So cool.
国連総統作戦についての報告書なのだからそれ以上付け加えることはないのかもしれない総統作戦の余波はその被害は
He's huge. And again, not only physically, you know, but also in people's minds. I thought that they all evacuated!
今は死んでいるせだ。現場に避難所を増設させろ。
They don't have the time to evacuate everyone. Ah, no matter what, Machia... girls! Ah! Fuck, I'm... She was running to save someone, shit. Oh! Ochenko! I'm gonna cry! I didn't see that we had really victims right now. What? Oh no! You can't say that! Ochako, tell him! An hero who is so desperate that he's giving up? She died for real? Majestic also. I knew that we would have some of them revealed, you know, like as dead. No. All of them? I want another. Already the consequences of this video. You, I wanted to see you physically, you know, when it was supposed to be inside of Shigaraki, to see how it was. I have it now, that's cool. So let's see it? Ah, it was really just a resume episode. Okay, the ending credit, I can watch it and give you my opinion about it. It's interesting to have the character running like that, because symbolically, when you have someone running like that, it's someone running into the past. Normally, you want more to symbolize someone running on the other side for the future. No! No preview. No preview. I'm gonna consider, just know it, you know, I'm rechecking things. All of the heroes who died. Just know it, I'm gonna consider that Gran Torino not appearing right there means that Gran Torino is not dead. Just so you know, like I checked it again, because yes, I'm still haunted by that thought that maybe he could die because he was too hurt. No! It's not right there, so he didn't die. Okay, that was a resume episode. We're used to have that kind of episodes, you know, with My Hero Academia. All of the first part of it was really summarizing the fight at the hospital, the fight at the villa, how it happened, all of the different moments and all. Again, I was more concerned, you know, about the consequences of all of that for the public, how they're gonna see it, because our heroes, our guys lost this fight when the villains, they have now a big leader who is stronger, who managed all by himself to destroy all of that. Like, already the fight itself, it's bringing, you know, spreading a message which is so bad. In addition of that, you have people who watched that video denouncing what Andover did to his family, and clearly you can't lie about that kind of facts, so it happened. The only thing which is great is the fact that you thought that Ox killed Best Genist and in fact he didn't, and Ox is not a traitor, that it can be easily proved, you know, that it's wrong, so that can be something great for us. But for the rest, and we can see it, you know, during the second part of this episode, people talking together about maybe it's time to move, to go into another country, that they're afraid, they're not sure that they're going to be well protected, in what hero can we believe now, what handover is he going to do now, like they don't trust heroes anymore. Handover, I really didn't think about potential citizens, victims, you know, when I was talking about the consequences just of the fight itself, I was like, okay, a lot of our guys were badly hurt but not dead, but maybe some of them can die because they were badly hurt. But I never thought about citizens because I really had that thing on mind, the fact that they were evacuated at some point, so that was okay. When in fact, yes, at this area around the hospital they were evacuated, but Machia joining Shigaraki destroyed everything, you know, during his passage, so for sure a lot of citizens were hurt, killed during that moment. So to see all of them screaming, crying, asking for help like that, it shocked me. Then to have Ochako and Tsu intervening, and Ochako trying to save one, being called by someone else, so you know she had to interrupt herself and all. That was really emotional. You saw it, I began to have some tears during that moment because I could feel how much she wanted to help everyone and she was desperate to help everyone, but she couldn't help everyone, but she was still trying and fighting it. That was really like, I felt her feelings during that moment. I was with her, I was her during that moment. So just after that, to have one of the heroes deciding to give up, deciding like in front of all of that mess, all of that pain, being like, we can't do anything about it, I should give up on that line of work, I can't remember how he said it. It's awful. It's like a doctor, a fireman in front of the destruction of one building and people screaming and all saying, it's too much for me, like we can never stop that, I have to give up. To give up on your vocation, you know, of saving people, it's awful. And because you feel that the situation is desperate, it's gonna reproduce again and again, and the fact that you can't stop it, it's breaking you, like it's breaking your vocation of saving people, it's awful. And then, yes, we had the reveals about who truly died. I mean, first with the villains who was captured, and I'm so glad, like, I didn't think that we managed to capture so many of them, of the villains, maybe because at the end we were so focused on the fight, you know, at the hospital, that we forgot about the villa and the fact that we stopped so many of them and that it was not ended, and that at the end they managed to stop, to capture big guys like Re-Destro himself. That's so cool, so great, I'm so glad. You know, it's really less and less allies for Shigaraki and the League of Villains. And in fact, after that, they managed to arrest a lot of complices that they had. So at the end, they don't have a lot of people with them. Even if, because of all of what happened, maybe they're gonna manage to have new people with them, still they have less fighters, you know, simple fighters. And yes, after that we saw them around midnight and she died. I thought that she was one of the badly hurt but not dead. And in fact, no. And it's a little weird, you know, because she was one of the teachers that I considered without considering her that much. She was cool but not that much interesting, you know, like she was fun and all. We never truly met her, like discovered more about her background or stuff like that, like we did, for example, for Radio Guy. Her, she never had that moment on screen. But she was really around every time, so to lose her like that, it feels weird and really sad also. She was my only little suspect for the rat situation. Since the end of the season 1, I think about one of the lines that they had at some point about maybe there is a rat inside of the school. For me, it has to be one of the teachers. Not one of the superheroes, but one of the teachers. And because of that, I was like, who can I suspect even just a little among the teachers? And at some point it was her, because of her attitude during one of the OVAs, for what I remember. But I forgot about it really quick, like she was not a suspect after that for me, not anymore, not at all. But she was the only one who, at some point, was my suspect. I don't have anyone else now. But I still believe into that theory about having a rat inside. Maybe one of the teachers that we never met. She died. Night died. They are all feeling so sad, all of our guys, our students. And Majestic also died. Him, I expected it. We saw what happened, that explosion and all. I had no real hope about it. Okay guys, okay, we had also that thing about the master being inside of Shigaraki, giving orders like that to everyone. Okay, that was an episode which was interesting because it was summarizing everything. We had some little new information and we had the confirmation of the consequences that I already expected to have. That's it, we're gonna have them and we're gonna have to deal with them. Okay, cool. It's all for you and for me for this video, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.